everyone, today we are looking at the new book from Anastasia Koldardeva and it's called Metamorphoses. So this is one of her many books. She's one of my favourite illustrators. Sorry about the paint, by the way, on my nail, I've just noticed. And also you'll notice I've got a bit of a black nail too because I dyed my sister's hair and there was a hole in the glove. So just try and ignore my hands. So anyway. Yeah, Anastasia is one of my favourite illustrators. She is supremely talented and I'm always super excited to see a new book from her. So this is the latest one. And I asked her, what was the inspiration behind this book? Because, it's really interesting to find out why people draw what they draw and where they get their inspiration from. And Anastasia was saying that she visited an entomological exhibition in Moscow earlier this year. And she was so excited and inspired by the insects that she saw, the little tropical butterflies and the moths and things like that, that it really inspired her to incorporate that into her next set of illustrations. And, the metamorphosis itself is a state of turning from one thing into something else, isn't it? It's developing and changing from one thing to another. So I think that really inspired her to create humans that are combining with insects, metamorphosizing, morphing into something else. So yeah, that's the sort of thing behind it. Here's the cover, beautiful cover, as you can see. It looks as if it's been painted. I don't know, I think Anastasia uses watercolour. I'm not entirely sure, but it's gorgeous. So as usual, you open the book and you get straight into the illustrations. There's no fluff, there's no copyright, there's no nothing, to read and get through. You straight into the illustrations. And the first one is the cover image. So you can see how you would maybe colour this if you wanted to use the front as a reference, or you could go completely different. But this one, I'm seeing a snail, obviously lots and lots of different flowers because florals are one of Anastasia's big things as well in her illustrations, but there's also caterpillars. So again, it's that kind of insects that morph into other things. This one is wicked because it's quite creepy. It's got the bat wings, the bat ears, and this sort of Victorian Gothic clothing as well. So I really like this one. This will be one that I colour in the future. So again, it's just humans and insects sort of complementing each other or even being combined in certain illustrations. Here we've got a male figure, which I always love to see. Don't see enough men in colouring books, in my opinion. And this one's really cool because, of course, you've got the insect, but it's all very steampunk inspired, very industrial, the cogs and the metal pieces. So this will be a really fun one to do, and he's gorgeous, so it doesn't that helps, doesn't it? And then we have this girl who is again with the steampunk. I'm feeling that kind of lots of metals, and look at the shells that are on this, almost look like a cog, and this whole headdress of hers is a shell. It's absolutely stunning. This one we have moths or butterflies. I think it may be a moth. It looks a bit more mothy to me. And again, caterpillar. The flowers, I never know what they are. A lot of people who are far better at identifying flowers than me will know. But I just love this scroll work on the clothing as well. And there's always some different sort of hair to play with too in Anastasia's illustrations. So this is definitely moth inspired. As you can see, we've got this beautiful large moth that she's holding on to. The thing that's most drawn me about this picture is the eyes being completely blank. So again, that could be taken quite creepy. I think this is a really good book if you want to do something around Halloween or something creepy that's not necessarily made for that holiday, if you know what I mean. It's a little bit more elevated than the usual scary illustrations you might colour around Halloween, but you can really make these your own. I mean, any of these you can turn into something quite dark if you wanted to, but equally you can keep them very true and real. You can do, just all the metals on here. normal skin tones, you know, and things like that. This is wasps, I think. I can see a wasp here. Obviously a headdress is that of a wasp, so this will be really cool done in those, you know, contrasting black and yellow tones. And the moth nest as well. We had a moth nest like this, exactly like this, but it was really, really tiny. I don't think it had been there too long, and it was in our shed. And I remember getting it down because I saw a moth come out of it, and I was so not a moth, a wasp come out of it, and I was so I do not like wasps whatsoever. Absolutely adore and love bees, really don't like wasps. And I was like, I need to get that down before it gets bigger, and then we've got a whole situation. And then my dog Rosie ate it. It fell onto the ground and she got it before I could, so that was a horrible kind of situation. But yeah, that's what this has reminded me of, strangely enough. Now we've got a girl with these kind of creepy, monstrous, triffid plants, I guess. They remind me of the Venus flytraps, but they've taken on a bit more of a monstrous life of their own. And of course, all of these spiky tendrils and things are growing up from those. And I guess she's, you know, going to become one of these. I guess they consume her and she's going to become it. I don't know. I don't know every single background to the illustrations in this book, but it's what I see, I suppose. Again, we've got a lot of metalwork here, cogs and pipes, things like that. I think these are poppies. They're quite easy to identify. I'm probably completely wrong now I've said that. But yeah, stunning. We've got another male here. I don't know as if it's the same guy. I don't think so. Could be. But again, lots of metal. So if you are into your steampunk and you want some really beautifully crafted illustrations with a steampunk edge, then I think this book is going to be perfect for you. So I'm not sure what creature we're looking for here. It could just be, I mean, I see this rather strange kind of egg sac looking thing over here that's creepy, but I don't know if there's a particular creature or animal or insect that this is inspired by. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. You guys can tell me. So this is interesting. They've got a little bird here. Is this like a nightingale or a kingfisher or something that's holding on to his dinner? And she's just emerged from the water as well. You can see she's still dripping, and we've got these little birds. I don't think they're actually realistic birds. I think part of them has been taken from realism, but the wings look very different to me. This would be really nice with really iridescent wings, maybe some KJ design by Karen Paint, you know, those beautiful metallic or ghost glitters. It'd be stunning on this. And again, here we are with some more metal work. Love these earrings. And of course the goggles. We've got butterfly wings here, and then we've got some mechanical butterflies down here. We've got a bit of a time turner thing going on here. So yeah, they're so imaginative. I just do not know. I mean, I'd just love to peek inside Anastasia's brain, because I can't imagine having this level of creativity. Just amazing. So here we've got a fish, obviously, but look how the trachea is like showing. It's exposed. It's like a fish carcass kind of thing, and also the shoulder as well. So interesting. All of this coral up the side, just fantastic. And here we've got a bird. So we've got almost an entire bird here. So you've just got the head, and again his eye even looks like metal or clockwork. It's really cool. Lots and lots of feathers, lots of plumage, loads of colour you could put on there. And then this one is, again, very metallic, very structured. We've got a huge kind of beetle across the bottom here with a massive wingspan and these spiked little antennae. It's so cool. There's so much detail in this. It's immense. Oh, then we've got to the one that I've coloured. I'm going to take this out the glare because you'll just see a load of light on it. But yeah, so this is the one that I've spent the last few nights colouring. I'm so pleased with how this has turned out. I absolutely love the contrast of the green skin and the deep red and black. I saw this illustration and I thought this needs to be, I mean, it was creepy already with this kind of parasitic head growing out of the cracked porcelain doll. And I just thought I need to take this to the next level and make it as creepy as I possibly can. And I think I've achieved it. It's one of my favourite pages that I've done for a long time. and I used Prismas and Luminance and Derwent Lightfast on this. I think I did a little pictorial or something. Did I do a tutorial on how to do the skin? It's literally about a week ago that I've done it. Oh no, I didn't. I did a video where the skin was going wrong. This green skin was going wrong. And I did a video about how you can oftentimes get to the ugly stage of a picture and think that it's ruined and chuck it out and start again. And I kept on with this one. And I know sometimes you can overwork it. And I think I did overwork it a bit. But there's always a chance that you could actually create something incredible if you just push through that. So that's the last video that I did. See, it was a week ago and I can't even remember. It's took me a while to think what I was doing, but that's just my brain. But yeah, I'm so pleased with it. I really love how grungy and creepy it looks, you know, the different colours that I've used for the skin. It was just a lot of fun to colour and to come up with the colour ideas and stuff. So yeah, I hope that you like it too. Next one is, again, loads and loads of metal elements here. Obviously I didn't have that in the picture that I coloured. It's one of the few that doesn't. But like I said, if you're into steampunk, this is the book for you. Lots and lots of cogs, wheels, metal. These butterflies, even to me, look like they would be metallic. Something that you would probably buy to put on the wall, like a big metal butterfly decoration. That's what I'm getting from this. Love the little choker as well. Then we've got another fella. He's different, and he's covered in oak tree leaves and acorns, and berries, and this is holly, right? So he's definitely got that autumnal foliage feeling about him. I can't see any animals or insects on this one, but it is again that kind of thing of morphing between human and nature. So Anastasia does a lot of that integration of human and nature. Wow, okay, so we've got a lot of branches and twisty, gnarled twigs on this one. I'm looking at the flowers. They're kind of a little bit orchid-like, but it's probably not an orchid. But again, I just really, really love the composition of this. How this almost looks like dreadlocks or hair, you know. More steampunk. So look at this. I love this massive goggle headdress. So these are really intricately designed goggles with lots of different workings on them, and the wings as well, which you can see have come from the dragonfly. So we have a steampunk human dragonfly Metamorphoses on this one. This is another sort of marine life one. We've got lots of shells and coral, and love this little necklace that she's wearing. The choker, again, it looks a little bit like a sea snake. I'm guessing it probably isn't, I don't know. But yeah, really like it. She's got a beautiful face. All of Anastasia's portraits are stunning, and she really captures the essence of emotion behind the people. It's all in the eyes, I think. She does eyes so, so well. And again, with the underwater theme, but some more futuristic metalwork things going on. We've got fish. She's steadily morphing with the coral. You can see the side of her cheek is becoming coral as well. And this one, again, we've got lots of twisty, gnarled branches and flowers. So going into nature again, but she's also, her shoulder is turning into bird feathers. So this to me looks like a bird's nest interpretation, and she's flourishing from the bird's nest into this hybrid creature that she's going to turn into. Another underwater one where she's slowly turning into the coral. You can see her face and the fish around, and lots of little anemones. Don't know if I'm saying that right. Got to think back to Finding Nemo. Anemone, that's right. She's also got a few what look like octopus tendrils too. So she's just merging with the sea life. This was something that came with it. It's some really cute little stamp stickers of Anastasia's dragons, which have been painted, and I can't wait to use these in my junk journal. If you didn't know, just as a quick aside, I've just created a new channel. It's called Craft with Claire. It's brand new. There's not many videos on it at the moment. I'm currently doing a square a day project on there. where I have my junk journal and I use my little square punch to punch out different things every day. So different pieces of junk, different things that have caught my eye, and I'm doing one of those every single day. I'm hoping to fill up both of these pages just for that project, but I'm doing that over there, and I'm also going to be doing some other craft things on there eventually. I have some polymer clay on the way that I really am excited to play with, and you know, other things that I'll be doing on there as well. So if you want to hop over to Craft with Claire, there's not much there at the minute, but I'd really appreciate your support and your subscription. You know, just click subscribe, it's totally free, nothing's behind a paywall with me, and yeah, I just really appreciate your support. So anyway, let's carry on. This is stunning. It's a whole scene. It's not just, you know, the portrait in the middle. We have got the toadstools and the forestry in the background, and she's just merging into all of these toadstools. It's beautiful. I can't wait to see someone tackle this. This one, she has barely any hair. It's a very short cropped haircut, so there's not too much hair to colour on this one. And instead her hair is kind of being made up of these little posies, and of course she's got bees. So this is another one I was really excited about. Buddy's just woken up from his nap, so he's just coming over to give me a fuss. Hey buddy, bud. Hey bud, you had a good sleep? You're a good boy. Yeah, so bees I love. This one will be a really good one to tackle, and again, not much hair and not, you know, too much to think about in that sense, so that's better for those who struggle with hair, I guess. This one is definite steampunk. She's got 2 braids and loads of different wings. Look at these freaky looking goggles with the giant eyes. Yeah, just fantastic. Love the face on this one, just so beautiful. But that's the last one. So, you know, you're getting an incredible amount of illustrations in this, incredible amount of detail, and just so many colouring hours of joy with this book. And it's so professional, it's so talented and beautiful and inspired. So I would always recommend that you get at least one Anastasia book, because she's fab. So if you want to order this book, it's not your common way of ordering. You have to email Anastasia and she will personally send her book out to you. I believe she's in Russia, she's Russian, and there's a lot of problems with sort of postal and things like that, issues. So if you email Anastasia, I'll leave her email in the description box. Pop her an email, say you'd like to buy the new book or whichever one you want, and she will sort that out for you and send it herself. So yeah, I think I've rabbited on long enough. I hope that you've enjoyed the book. I'd love to know your thoughts as always, and all I can say is thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.